actually close to me. Not too. Day 4, 365, reading the Bible. Genesis 7, Genesis 8, and Psalm 4. 7. And the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came upon the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Of clean animals and of animals that are not clean, and of birds and of everything that creeps on the ground, 2 and 2, male and female, went into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day, so February 17th, 600, that's what it says. On that day, the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened, and the rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and Noah's wife, and their 3 wives of the sons with them entered the ark. They and every beast according to its kind, and all the livestock according to their kinds, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged creature. They went into the ark with Noah, 2 and 2, of all flesh, in which there were the breath of life, and those that entered, male and female, of all flesh, went in as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. The flood continued 40 days on the earth. The waters increased and bore up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. The water prevailed and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the face of the waters, and the water prevailed so mightily on the earth that the high mountaintops under the whole heaven were covered. The waters prevailed above the mountains, covering the 15 cubits deep, and all flesh died that moved on earth, birds, livestock, beasts, all swarming creatures that swarm on earth, and all mankind. Everything on the dry land in those nostrils was the breath of life dead. He blotted out every living thing that was on the face of the ground, man and animals and creeping things, the birds in the heavens. They were blotted out from earth. Only Noah was left, and those who were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. Genesis 8, the flood subsides. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts of the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed, and the rain from the heavens were restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. At the end of 150 days, the water had abated. And in the 7th month of the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountain of Ararat. And the waters continued to abate until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the top of the mountains were seen. At the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window in the ark, and he and made and sent forth a raven. It went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then he sent forth a dove from him to see the waters had subsided over the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot, and she returned to him in the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and brought her into the ark with him. He waited until the 7th day, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days and sent forth the dove, and she did not return to him anymore. In the 600, the first year, in the 1st month, in the 1st day of the month, the water were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah, Go out from the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Bring with you every living thing that is with you in the flesh, birds and animals, every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth and be fruitful and multiply on earth. So Noah went out with his sons and his wife's sons with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, every bird, everything that moves on the earth went out by families from the ark. God's covenant with Noah, verse 20. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of the every clean animal and some of the every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings to the altar. And then the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma. And the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done, while the earth remains seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Psalm 4. Answer me when I call. To the choir master with string instruments, a psalm of David. Answer me when I call, O God of my righteousness. You have been giving my relief when I was in distress. Be gracious to me and hear my prayer. O men, how long shall my honor be turned into shame? How long will you love vain words and seek after lies? But know that the Lord has set apart the godly for himself. The Lord hears when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own heart on your beds and be silent. Offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. There are many who say, Who will show us some good? Lift up the light of your face upon us, O Lord. You have put more joy in my heart than they have when their grain and wine abound. In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. In my ESV, it actually has a table for the time of the flood. So I'll blow this up and put it into the video itself. That's right here.
Where is God asking you to wait and trust him more deeply?
Probably just patience. We always look forward to the next step in our life. Like, we sold our house, waited, moved into our new house, had another baby, and then you're like anxiously waiting to go to the next step, trying to push forward. But I think the important thing to do is wait for him to show you what you're supposed to do. And in that meantime, just live in the blessings that you have. Make the most of what you have at that time, because He will provide for you when everything is necessary for you to take that next step, and He will, you follow that light. As a lot of Bible verses tell us. So
I feel like I don't struggle in that. I literally tell people all the time, I'm just taking it by the day, by the moment, and it's right. And for us women, we try to plan ahead or prepare things, and I have found that it just causes stress and unwanted pressure. And so when you just surrender and just laugh at the future, like the Proverbs 31 woman, you learn to just trust Him and really believe that He's going to do everything, work it all out for your good, and you don't have to worry about anything. So I think my biggest thing is just making sure that I'm content. I struggle with contentment. I feel like I'm good with, sometimes patience, isn't there, but contentment is like my biggest thing in certain things that I deal with in motherhood and, household duties as a stay-at-home mom. So definitely contentment for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How can you worship God today before you see the outcome of your circumstances?
I woke up this morning, so I should be thankful.
Yeah.
Got to go to church this morning with the kids, so thankful. Made me breakfast this morning, so I'm thankful. I didn't have to do it for once. But yeah, just, you woke up. It's another day here to make a difference. 1% better each and every day. That's what I tell the kids. Be thankful for it.
Even in like worship doesn't have to be this big extravagant thing. I think that some people think that it has to be like your best or your all or your like it should be your all. But I mean like you can even just walk out the door and take a big breath of fresh air and just thank God. Like he's worthy of it, and like that's still worshiping. Even just the little things. Like we don't need these huge outcomes. We don't need the big fancy things to praise God for. It's it's the little things too, like you said, that just waking up this morning. And are there things that we are hoping and praying for in the future? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But we again, it goes back to contentment. Like we should be thankful for what we have now here and not dwell on the future or what we want.
Yeah, be thankful in your trials and tribulations as well as your blessings, because each and every one of those things that's placed in your life from Him refines you. So making you into a better person to be more like Him. So, take praise in everything. 2 Corinthians 12:10. Once again, delight in your weaknesses, your hardships, and everything else. So, learn contentment.
Contentment.
So that's all for day 4. Peace.